Town down in Montego Bay. Well, oh, Caribbean dreams to the making. Steel and stone never breaking. From the San Francisco we elevate. Design Jamaica dominate.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Design Jamaica. In this video, we head back to the Golden Parish of Clarendon to continue our series, Redesigning Our Townships, known as Jamaica's Agricultural Center. This is part 2 of redesigning the town of May Pen into a city. Now, really and in fact, we are not expecting that this episode will be as long as part 1 because we are here to just really continue and where we left off in part 1. In part 1, we explained the geography, the topography, and of course the demographical statistics of May Pen. And most importantly, designing a proper CBD for the town. In this episode, we'll expound on that as well as to break down the different communities and the wider May Pen development area, as well as explain to you how the governmental system of this new city would work. My co-host Lashara is off to Brazil on vacation with her family, so we have to get another May Penite to co-host this episode. Joining us is, of course, the lovely Kerryann Perkins. Come on, Kerry. What's up? What's up, girl? Fuck on.
You know, say I am good though.
You certainly look good and smell good too. What you wearing?
Your Tommy cologne?
Yeah.
I'm gonna call name again. Kerryann.
Kerryann. Yeah, it
like
sounds French,
name
yeah.
or something like that.
It bad, me not lie to you. So where do you think me attack when me ask you how we are here? Where do you think me attack?
Oh, you know, somebody thinks they are talk something else.
What, like lingerie or something like that?
Me can't say it for yes. Boy, you can have it. I say things are enough is a pan yourself.
Hey, so what if I not did ask you? What if I did ask you where we are? Like, don't tell me.
Boy!
You not tell me? Anyway, make a move on.
Of course, we're not telling. We don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, carry on. Anyway, yeah, make a move on.
Man. You find you're too smutty. Throw that.
So you can't have a little joke?
Joke? Them joke that deadly, bro. You want your wife to come beat me?
Sure, man,
you want to come beat?
Not jealous like that, man.
Not jealous now. I'm man with you, we jealous.
Beat your way.
Bro, let's move on. Cause you would tell me anything because you want to something. Make a chat.
Anyway, we don't want to get too ranchy upon here. Make we move on. So, Kerryann, myself and Lashara left off in episode 1, part 1 of designing a whole new downtown for May Pen on the banks of the Rio Minho, because the current CBD that the town now has really chuck up. You know the thing. You are from May Pen, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. We're around the clock.
Yes, and really chuck up.
The whole thing just chuck up and mess up. So we had to design a whole new CBD for the town. That would take care of mostly. It would be something like a New Kingston, if you know what I'm talking about. Because currently what we have there is like a downtown. Being a May Penite yourself, do you think that May Pen needs something like this?
And in real truth, and in fact, Travis, be glad to get on the program here, because every time we go into the town, every time we go into the town, I look on the purple state where the town, me always say to myself, say, no, May Pen, no, and I eat this, and I eat this.
I understand.
Yeah, so for the whole thing just did a total
makeover. I agree with you, Kerryann. Yes.
Trust me, May Pen have the potential to become a city, so with the life you see the place makes, fix up and, it make me feel good about the town. Because right now, trust me, May Pen people don't really feel good about May Pen. You tell the truth, we don't feel good about May Pen. So we need something to make me feel good and proud about the town.
I'm certainly with you on this one, Kerryann. So we're not going to waste no more time. We're not going to keep our viewers waiting. We're going to give them what they came here for the continuation of where we left off. Right. So I guess I'll see you later in different intervals of the show.
All right.
Nice to have you here. Damn, she look good as. Anyway,
Yeah,
so in part 1, don't want to get carried away. In part 1, we design and outline a new CBD for May Pen, which is the heart of downtown May Pen, or would be the heart of downtown May Pen, right on the banks of the Rio Minho. Okay, and let me make sure correct. It is not the Rio Minho River. It is the Rio Minho. In Spanish, it is Rio Minho. In English, Minor River. So when you're saying Rio Minho River, you're actually saying Minor River 2 times. You're saying river 2 times. It is not the Rio Minho River. It is the Rio Minho. Okay, get it? And as you can see right here, Google get it wrong. Look there, Rio Minho River. Anyway, so in continuation, we are going to paddle eastward along the banks of the Rio Minho on both sides, and this area will be named after the river itself, Rio Minho. That's right. So this area would act as a midtown of May Pen. So it would be like midtown May Pen. So this is where you'd find the bougie class of people, or the bougie type of things, like, you know, the nice developed housing developments, like the townhouses, the nice gated communities right here along the banks on both sides. So right here is Rio Minho, and further south of this you have Sunnyside, which is an existing community on the eastern side of May Pen. Okay, so now out of the chatting, let's get to designing Rio Minho May Pen.
Well, probably I literally don't know what to say right now. We don't know all I already do our thing, yeah, so.
Okay, so as always, this is a Rio Minho that we're talking about here. So certainly river training is going to be needed in this area, because parts of this area, especially when the river comes down, is flooded out. So yes, there will have to be river training on both sides of the river. The Rio Minho area of May Pen is expected to be a mixed use community, so it's going to be between commercial and residential. So in certain places like over here, you're going to have strictly residential, so we're going to expect that you'll be having housing schemes. And of course, further up as you get closer to the downtown area, we're going to be having mixed use, maybe some high rise, hotels, and some apartment structures, some apartment buildings, something like those in Kingston, or you have the Rogers in Kingston, something like that, or the Avista in Mandeville. Yes, something like that. Yes, an uptown style type of living within this area. So yes, this is where you'll find most of it. Probably will become like the wealthiest part of May Pen. Along the river, in various open spaces, you'd have the river walk, and of course some green areas where you can sit back and look at the river right along the banks of the river, especially on the west bank of the river. Up here we have the Rio Minho Park. Some places along the river, right in this area right here, there are probably a few crocodile habitats. So we're expecting that NEPA would actually build something that is secure, that they won't get out. Yeah, for the crocs that live in parts of this area. For the road infrastructure, of course, on the east we have the Rio Minho Boulevard that is coming all the way from the downtown area, that will go all the way back out to the May Pen bypass or the Bustamante Highway. And of course, on the northern side we have May Pen Way, and we're going to be having a new street called Sunnyside Road that will facilitate a bridge going across the river, which you won't have to go all the way up to May Pen Bridge or to the bypass bridge to go across the river. Currently, say if you want to get from the Glenmuir area to the Trenton or Hazard Paisley area, you'd have to go all the way around, either to the May Pen Bridge or to the bypass bridge, all the way around to Mineral Heights and get back into the Hazard Trenton area. With this bridge, this would be a shortcut if you're trying to get from Glenmuir over to that area. With this bridge, you could get there within minutes. And of course, you have the JRC line that goes through this area from the proposed transport center right close to the May Pen Bridge, that goes through this area all the way to which should be Montego Bay. As you know, some parts of the line does not exist right now, but the alignment is to Montego Bay. Overall, we're not expecting a whole lot of commercial activities within this area. The Rio Minho area is designated to be mostly residential, mixed use, and of course a whole some housing schemes within this area. So Kerryann, do you like it so far?
Me like it,
You
know.
like it?
It a go on.
Go on.
It a go on.
Yes, baby. No, I'm gonna have you explain the next neighborhood, the other part of May Pen that we will be redesigning. And what's
So
this
viewers
area?
and subscribers, this includes the part where the proposed diamond hub supposed to be, where the big interchange for Highway 2000 is.
You're talking about the May Pen
The May Pen
interchange by the
interchange,
Diamond
yes.
Hub. Yes.
Yes, bro. So what we're gonna do is follow the same concept of the diamond hub development.
Good idea.
And then work our way around that.
All right, Kerryann, you have
Yeah.
everything well planned out. Yes, and the name for this part of May Pen is not the Diamond Hub. The Diamond Hub is just a part of this
So what do you
area.
call
The
it?
area will be called New May Pen.
New May Pen.
Yes, New May Pen is literally a new part of May Pen.
Oh,
Yes, so it's a fitting name.
yes, that's true. Fitting, for true.
So, me can ask you the question what we really want to ask you.
on what
What do we hear?
you really want to hear that one?
Wow, black?
Black.
Huh. So you think it up better if you show me.
Right now, me again in Kerryann take a mile. People are gonna design New May Pen, yeah.
But me think this ain't there's nothing wrong with that.
Travis, nothing wrong with telling you. Me never say me I gonna show you nothing. Alright, so this is the New May Pen area. As you can see, the diamond hub is to the northwest up there, which the entire area would be modeled from. Also, you know, this is the Rio Minho we're talking about. So just like downtown and the Rio Minho area, we have to have the river training. So that have to go in first before anything going. Alongside the river, we have the green spaces at Riverwalk. And just south of the Diamond Hub development, you have the Diamond Park, which would basically serve the residential community around the Diamond Hub area. As you know, the Diamond Hub development itself is a commercial development, so we need housing development around it. We're talking about mixed-use development as well as townhouses and some housing schemes, gated communities, and so forth. And as you can see, these would be the residential development areas parts that I'm highlighting here. We are putting in a brand new high school called the New May Pen High School because, as you know, population will increase, which means we at least will need more schools. And still on education, May Pen is now growing into a massive city, so which means we're gonna need that university because May Pen don't have one, so we need one. So here we have the University of Central Jamaica, just off Minho Road, right up there on the hill. For those who are acquainted with the area, by this we have a stadium downtown. May Pen doesn't have an aquatic center, so we are putting in the Rio Minho Aquatic Stadium. So we could host some aquatic events down here because outside of Kingston, you really don't have much of those. So yes, one would do definitely fine right here in May Pen. For transportation and infrastructure, the May Pen Boulevard continues all the way from downtown into the New May Pen area and intersecting with Glenmere Road right there. We also have the Bustamante Highway, Glenmere Road, that are existing roads, and also the T1 Highway, or the May Pen to Williamsfield Highway, or Highway 2000, whichever one you call it. For new thoroughfares, with the Diamond Hub comes Diamond Boulevard that connects from here, from the T1 Highway, and this area goes all the way to Yorktown. So this would be a shortcut to Yorktown from here, instead of going up the road and then turning on Fogar Road. And of course, we have the Rio Minho Boulevard coming all the way from the downtown area and intersecting with the Bustamante Highway or the May Pen bypass in this area. So on the other side of the river we have the May Pen Way, which takes you from Glenmuir Road into downtown, and on this side of the river we have the Minho Boulevard, which takes you from here to downtown, so you don't have to cross the bridge and go over to Glenmuir Road if you want to go to downtown from here. And speaking of bridges, no new bridges will be built in this area because we already have the bypass bridge and the Redesigning Bridge for Highway 2000. We also have the old Dorman GRC line, the Kingston to Mobile line, which passes just north of us alongside Glenmuir Road. And of course we're going to need state-of-the-art transportation from here into downtown, so I guess the JUTC would be providing new bus routes from here into downtown May Pen. Yes, so that's new May Pen for you. And of course, as promised, we are going to do some modernization and the configuration to the current CBD, which can take some new development. So take a look.
First, major road upgrades.
Here are some major points where traffic lights are needed within the May Pen Square. That's number 1. The intersection of 7th Road, Main Street, and also Stark Street. The point between Brooks Edge, Brooks Avenues, Muirhead Avenue, and Main Street. The T-junction of Muirhead Avenue and Georges Street. The T-junction of Glenmuir Road and Jackson Street in the vicinity of Glenmuir High School. The T-junction of Glenmuir Road and Sharp Avenue. The T-junction of Glenmuir Road and Anderson Drive. The intersection of Manchester Avenue, Main Street, and Chapelton Road, which is better known as Guinea Tree Square. The T-junction of Chapelton Road and Love Lane. The busy T-junction of Main Street and Fernley Avenue. And the points between Bryan's Crescent, Main Street, and the Bargain Village, that's a busy bad. The T-junction of Bryan's Crescent and 7th Road opposite Central High School. The points between Fernley Avenue, Convent Avenue, and Bargain Village. The points between Fernley Avenue, Church Street, and Convent Avenue opposite the St. Thomas More Prep. The T-junction of Fernley Avenue and Anderson Drive. The tri-section of Paisley Avenue, Main Street, and Trenton Road just east of the May Pen Bridge. The T-junction of Trenton Road and Hazard Drive, otherwise known as Douglas Corner, in the point of the Halsall Road, Curtis Pen Road in the vicinity of the Millennium Mall. The T-junction of Mineral Heights Boulevard and Halsall Road, and at the Mineral Heights interchange where Highway 2000 meets Halsall Road. And last but not least, Palmer's Cross Square, the intersection of Hazard Drive, Shatter Road, Paisley Avenue, and Palmer's Cross Road.
So the city of May Pen will have 4 boroughs, 1 in the north and 3 in the south. The 3 southern boroughs are May Pen itself, 4 Paths, and the Cross. And these 3 boroughs are divided up into different communities. Here are the communities. And the humongous rural borough in the north is called Northwoods, and that is divided up into 7 communities, and they are Moores, New Longsville, Woodall, Turners, Longsville Hills, Pleasant Valley, and Lennon. In all, there are 37 communities within the city of May Pen.
And sitting just outside the city limits of May Pen is its suburbs, and here they are.
Okay, now on to its government. Now May Pen will have a similar system like we designed for Black River. The parish municipal corporation headed by a chairman but not serve as the mayor of May Pen. The office of the mayor of May Pen should be a different office from the chairmanship of the Kerryann Municipal Corporation. Yes, still operates under the umbrella of the Kerryann Municipal Corporation, but must be a separate office directly elected by the people of May Pen, not chosen by the members of the chamber like what we currently have now, where the mayor/chairman is chosen by members of the chamber. This office will not be like that. It will be an office directly elected by the people.
So how this will go now? In local government elections, Kerryann elect 22 members to its chamber. These members are called councillors, representing the 22 political divisions across the parish. Any one of the 2 major political parties must win at least 11 of these PDs, with the most popular votes if tied, to run the council. Members of the winning party leading the council now must choose a mayor and a deputy mayor from the winning side. Those 2 same councillors serving as mayor and deputy mayor are also called chairman and vice chairman of the council. So that is what we have in place now, but for a city system that now will work. Because what we want for May Pen is somebody who can truly serve as the mayor of May Pen, and just May Pen, not the rest of Kerryann.
So for more clarification and to differentiate what we have planned differently from the system that we have now for the wider Kerryann Municipal Corporation, let's now show you how May Penites would elect their mayor. The city limits of May Pen falls within 4 constituencies, and they are Kerryann Central, Kerryann Southeast, Kerryann North Central, and Kerryann Southwestern. May Pen would cover all 4 political divisions within Kerryann Central, 2 in Kerryann Southeastern, 2 in Kerryann North Central, and 1 in Kerryann Southwestern, totaling 9 councillors sitting within the May Pen city limits. Following the local government elections, each party would nominate their winning councillors from these 9 divisions to run for the office of mayor in a special mayoral election 2 weeks after the local government elections. The candidate with the most votes becomes the mayor, regardless of which party is in charge of the chamber at the Kerryann Municipal Corporation.
So this is how the chamber would look. At the top you have the chairman, the vice chairman. Beside him is the elected mayor of May Pen, and under him you have the other 8 councillors. Yes, only those 9 councillors whose political divisions falls within the city limits of May Pen falls under the office of the mayor of May Pen. Outside of that, the remaining 13 councillors falls under the chairmanship of the Kerryann Municipal Corporation. So that means if you are a councillor from Lionel Town, you are not eligible to run for mayorship of May Pen. You have to be from those 9 divisions within May Pen. But you can become the chairman of the Kerryann Municipal Corporation just as long as you are not the mayor of May Pen. Reason why we set it up the way y'all is because we want to ensure that there is full and effective governance, civic governance for May Pen. We don't want your focus to be on Chapel Spalding and Milk River when you should be focusing on May Pen. Leave all of that to the chairman. So we believe that the office of the mayorship of May Pen should be separate from the office of the chairman of the Kerryann Municipal Corporation, so that we can have a full and true mayor of the city of May Pen. Because we don't want what we got now. We want something different for different results.
Nobody take it personal.
But why would I want what we got now? What we got now?
Well, no.
It don't work. So why would I want to end up the same thing? Nah. We want something different, man.
I agree with you. I certainly agree with you, Kerryann. I just the way you say it, man. I just the way you say it, man. It's just kind of.
My granny always tell me say, if I keep on do something over and over and it not work, that fish will say no good. That shit way. Done with it. Terminate, through, over and out. Time to start anew.
All right, Kerryann, Miss May Pen, man. I never knew you were so passionate about
Very
May Pen.
passionate.
You're passionate even more than me.
From the ground.
My, whoa.
Straight May Penite, me say.
Straight. One May Penite.
After we are not play pen.
That's why I'm going to stop you now. And this on me, I go stop you because
Oh,
that phrase, trust me, I hate it. I hate it. If I hate it one more time.
Wow, May Pen and a play pen?
If I hate it one more
More
time.
for you why? Explain.
And I'm going to explain to you why.
Explain. More for you why?
There is literally nothing positive about telling the world that May Pen and a playpen.
And tell me why it's not a positive phrase.
Who don't like playpen? Tell me now. Who don't like playpen? Whenever the tourists they leave from from the United States, Canada, or wherever, and they come to Jamaica to enjoy themselves,
I think
they
I'm
come
way
to
up
play.
with this, but yes, that's true.
They do come to play. So when you are telling the world that May Pen and a playpen, literally what you're telling them is that it's somewhere bad, nothing good no go on there, full of pure crime, full of pure violence, and everything bad about it. That is what you are telling the world when you are saying May Pen and a play. When you're telling them about May Pen and a playpen,
It literally can mean something different from
nonsense.
negative.
Give me reasons, Kerryann. Give me reasons.
It
Give me
can
reasons.
mean resilience. When you say May Pen and a playpen, it must mean crime and violence. It can mean resilience. It can
Resilience.
mean that against as despite all of what has been said about us, we still arise. It can
Proper
mean that.
nonsense. What you're doing right now is just to use a bad thing to justify a good fact. There's nothing good about that phrase. There's nothing positive about that phrase. There is literally nothing. There's literally nothing uplifting about that phrase.
Me not agree.
And let me tell you how me know there's nothing good about that phrase. It was when the time when crime and violence was rampant in May Pen, and persons came up with that phrase to paint a clear picture of what was going on in the town at the time, which is nothing good. Crime, violence, everything bad we can think of. That is what it means when they say May Pen and a
Yeah,
playpen.
makes sense now because remember say during the time here.
We are seeing now where crime has gone down somewhat within the town because May Pen has been on the quiet side in recent times. Not that you're not hearing about no crime at all, but trust me, the town is not so rampant as though it was a few years ago.
Because for the whole of last year, for the whole of 2025, we can count the handful of crime where they don't.
Indeed, so that phrase was created to paint a bad picture about May Pen. There's nothing positive about that about May Pen and a playpen. Uno fi stop it, and Uno May Penites. I'm talking to you, May Pen people now. I was not talking to anybody. I was just a bit, I just don't like that phrase. I hate it bad. People of May Pen, I see that you guys are so proud. It seems like when you lift up criminality, and it seems like it feels good to lift up criminality. Stop using that phrase, because when you are using that phrase, what you're happening in return, you're keeping out investors, you're keeping out persons that would come in and spend in your town and invest in your town and feel good of being in your town. When you tell them that May Pen and a playpen, what you're doing is telling them to stay out because this is not a nice place. That is what you are telling them.
For real, bro.
And that is the reason why you see the big international and Kingston-based companies they are not coming to May Pen. They are not coming to invest in May Pen. They are going to Mandeville, they are going to Wochi, they are going to Mobile. They are going to all these nice places where people go to play. Do you think that Mr. Gassanas and these big names, these big business names in Jamaica would want to invest in somewhere where people don't go to play?
No, I wouldn't either.
So yes, and when you do that, you're keeping out these companies, you're keeping out investments, you're keeping out job and business opportunities for the town. You're keeping out everything development wise out of May Pen when you are telling the world and telling the rest of Jamaica that May Pen and a playpen. Literally what you're saying, a pay blood bad down here, pay bad people down here. No come down here, cause down here nice, so that you are telling them. Stop it. I beg of you, stop it. It's not doing good for your town. Please stop.
Actually, no, bro, because me always I wonder why other towns get the preference for, like certain big companies, with them put them branches, them not put it in May Pen, but them put it in other places. Even some places that have way less urbanization than us, which them more rural, you can call them country. Those places get chosen over us and we get signed line.
Exactly, and that is the reason why you're seeing developments happening all over Jamaica except for one place.
No, we May Pen, yeah.
No development. The only thing we did that one we do is down Highway 2000.
Highway 2000.
Highway 2000 don't even stop here. It's a big bypass.
That's a big bypass to Mandeville. That's true.
It's really not benefiting us that much. When last you hear about a development in May Pen, you couldn't tell when. It is because of these same things. Well, so when you tell them say May Pen and a playpen, you think they're going to invest down here?
That's right. I mean, you want to see a price mart and a mega mart in May Pen, but if you not tell them say May Pen and a playpen, then
they will never invest in a volatile area.
So, we stop it for true.
Indeed.
Man. Instead of saying May Pen and a playpen, why not say something nice like resilient May Pen? That's a good one.
Indeed, and just like how New Yorkers say I love New York, why not say I love May Pen? Why not start an initiative at I love May Pen initiative? Print some shirts, print some mugs, and just uplift
Yeah,
the
but I
place.
do that now.
I love May Pen.
Yeah.
I with a heart, May Pen.
I love May Pen.
Yes, rather
love
than
it.
yes.
We love that one day. Yeah.
Speak positive of your place. Speak positive of your home. Penite, this is where you live. This is where you call home. You want Jamaica and the rest of the world to see you and desire you in a good light. You want them to think of you in a good form. You want them to visit you and feel comfortable and feel good, knowing that I visit May Pen today and I feel so good. I would visit again. That is what you want them to feel and think about your city. Because we're not going to be town for long. One day we are going to become a city, right? So if we want this to happen, if we want May Pen to become a city, and if we want persons to look at us in a good way, speak positive of May Pen.
The way are you just passionate about it, sir? It just give me goosebumps. It just make me just want to glue my belly button.
And by right, look at the time. We gone way over time. We never planned for this so long, you know. But anyway, we had to bring forward the good message. But anyway, people, that's it for this edition in our series Redesigning Our Townships, the May Pen edition. I want to thank my very special guest, the lovely, sexy May Penite, Kerryann Perkins.
It was my pleasure.
Yes.
I was so happy that I get the opportunity to come on, y'all.
Yes, indeed. You did Lashara justice.
I did better than her.
Yes, you better
I
than
did better than her. Yeah, me I own it. Me I own it.
Well, me I leave that one for you and Lashara for trash out.
But anyway, still thanks to Lashara for presenting part 1. She's still
Certainly,
a good
my
friend.
cousin Lashara also did a great job.
I feel like showing you.
Eh,
Me feel like showing you.
what a... Say what?
The tongue.
You serious?
Me not have nothing else to just show me and show you.
So we there with one.
Come now.
Wait, what are you sent on? You are next. You are next. What? This has been Design Jamaica. If you or anyone you know are about content like these and would love to see more content like this one on wide-scale development across Jamaica, please don't hesitate to like, share, and subscribe to DJC, Design Jamaica and the Caribbean. Leave a comment and please turn on your post notification bell so you can be notified whenever new content like these are out, showcasing massive development across Jamaica. It's imperative to let you know that your viewership, subscription, and interaction is greatly appreciated here on our channel. To you, our valued viewers and subscribers, until next time, thank you for watching.
Brought to you by Films by Jurate. Follow us on all social media platforms.